Okay, we are live. So, welcome to Tamarah's Closet today. I have pretty much most of my life had a passion for flowers, and I'm extremely excited to have a very beautiful woman today. She was born in Hungary, and she is my guest today. She is an exquisite floral designer. She started her career in Hungary, going to the top Floral Institute. And later on, we'll get the timeline later on. But she ended up moving to Los Angeles, where she designed for celebrities and the lead with her European flair and her magnificent arrangements. She actually is now living in Raleigh, North Carolina, and she's joining me from Raleigh today from her shop Hidden Door, I'm sorry, Studios, Floral Studio. And so today I want to give a warm welcome to Anita Ruprecht. Uh, Anita, are you still with me?
Yes, I'm here. Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, pronounce your, I know I didn't pronounce it right, but pronounce your
It was
last name.
close.
Was it good?
Yes.
Okay, good. I did a little video to how to pronounce it, and they had three different pronunciations, so I went with the one that I thought I could say. So I want to go ahead and get started with your earliest days of as children. We often claim what we want to be when we grow up. And sometimes it has nothing to do with what we end up doing. But when you were a child, did you have or show any artistic abilities or interest in the arts at all?
I was always a crafty person. I
Uh-huh.
I I play more with Legos or just taking apart toys
Uh-huh.
than and building back together than playing with dolls.
Really?
Yeah. I I think I was more like a tomboy than a girly girl with the dolls.
Oh, well, I understand that. I had a feeling you might like to be an outdoors thing by something you posted on your Facebook page. You were showing some nature things outside with some things growing on trees or something.
Yes, I really like going outside and being in the nature. And when I was a child, we had a big land where we grew our vegetables and fruits and flowers for the whole family. And I was always outside. Literally, our program was on the weekend. On Saturday, we went to the land. We work over there and enjoyed being outside. And our Sunday was like every after every lunch, we went to hiking in the neighbor
Yeah,
area.
yeah. Hang on one second. I want to make sure. What are you telling me, David?
I don't think it's on Facebook.
Okay, that's okay. It's okay. So yeah, so I can relate to that. I was always outside, growing up. So I didn't play with I played with Barbies, but not baby dolls.
I not
So
I haven't have any Barbies.
oh well, I know it's just so. Actually, my mother said I played with stuffed animals more than anything. But what is? Do you remember how old you were when you started getting really attracted to flowers, or did that? Uh,
I was 4 years old when my grandma gave me a piece of land on our property, and and I had my own little land, and I plant gladiolas, and I had my own little garden, flower garden, And I really loved that and enjoyed that. It was so excited. Every weekend when we went over there, I just looked up how they are starting growing from nowhere or
Wow.
underground. And it was fun. And I really liked that.
And tell me what you planted again. I couldn't quite understand it.
Oh, gladiola.
Oh, gladiola. Oh, I love gladiolas.
Yeah. I had at least 30, 50 gladiolas in my little
Goodness.
garden,
Goodness.
different colors, and I just enjoyed that. And it was fun always helping to my grandma growing even vegetables and the flowers and being in the garden.
Oh, that's wonderful. I think it was my grandmother that had gladiolas, and that was my first experience seeing them when I was little. And do you see those much today? Do we see them as much today, or?
No, unfortunately. All my family is back in Hungary, and unfortunately, my grandparents are not with us anymore. Uh, they would be over 100 years old, so. But I keep in touch with my parents, my brother. I call them every day, but I miss them.
Oh, I'm sure you do. I'm sure you do. Are there any other artists in your family? Did your parents have or siblings or that had any type of artist background or?
As an professional artist, no, but my grandma, she was a tailor and she had her own studio and literally she designed the clothes and for her customers and she made the beautiful handmade costumes and dresses and whatever the customers needed.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yes, and she taught me to sewing, making clothes, dresses. When I was young, I made a lot of dress for myself. And my grandpa, he was very crafty too, and literally he find a piece of metal sheet. He made a gorgeous oak leaf out of it. It's very realistic and it just bended the way it's and cut it's just gorgeous. And both of them did needlework. um, and
Needlework.
needlework.
Mhm.
My grandma and my grandpa too. uh, so yeah, technically everybody was a crafter.
Yeah,
One
well, your mom would be an artist if she was designing clothes. And
Yes.
sounds like they both were. And
Mhm.
did she have like her own boutique, or did she work out of the home, or?
She worked from home.
Uh-huh.
She worked
Yeah.
from home, and she has a lot of client, even politicals or TV personals. So many times we saw her dresses on a TV.
Also, she designed for TV personalities. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, how wonderful. Well, oh gosh, that's something. That's an art in itself. I went to college for fashion design, but I didn't really know what I hated the sewing part. And uh, I can I think more visually I can design
Mhm.
something in my head, but that sewing part just frustrated me. I was like,
And you can imagine my grandma. She had the old Zinger sewing machine that you used with the pedal, and
yeah.
everything. She made everything with hand. So
Wow.
all the stitches, hand stitches, all the way the clothes. It's she made gorgeous things.
Yeah. Oh gosh. Well, that is something that I think would be wonderful to be able to do. I've always loved fashion. So did
Mhm.
that's good. So you have some art in your back, definitely in your background for sure. Did you, when you were a child, and your grandmother, is your grandmother that gave you the land, the little piece of land?
Mhm.
Did you start making little arrangements, or just really enjoying them out in the field?
At the beginning, no, I just enjoyed to being outside and being around with flowers and in the nature. And back in Hungary, we had to choose what we want to be as early age, like age 13, 14. When you are going to high school, you have to decide what you want to be in the future when you grow up. And we had a show that had for the younger people who haven't decided what they want to be, showing a different trades, different schools, what you can learn and what you can be, give you some ideas and options. And one of the shows showed a flower design school, and I really loved it. How they were talking about how the flower design is creative and give you a freedom being creative. And it sounds fun. And we had a friend who had a flower shop actually. So when I was 13, I asked her if I can go to the shop and help her around. And since I was 13, I'm in the flower business.
Goodness gracious. So and when you became 13, you had to declare what you wanted to do.
Hmm.
And then so like when you went into like high school, you started there, or just
Yes. So the high school and the Flower Institute, it was like a same school. And in the Flower Institute, it was 3 years old school, 3 years long school, and we learned everything about flower designing, the basic, how to handle the flowers, how to care, even how to plant and grow flowers,
uh-huh.
and the seasons and the principle of elements for the flower designing. So it was very big area, not only just making a hand tie bouquet or the centerpiece.
Right. So was this the institute that you were talking about, the top institute? Is that what you started at 13, going to that
Uh, so after high school, after 8th grade, I started the institute. Yes, the Flower Institute.
Okay.
Hmm.
Wow. Gosh, it's very different here. Um,
Yes, it's very different than here.
yeah, goodness, that's impressive though. I would think that taught you a lot of discipline as well. I mean, to have to decide what you want to do at that young age.
Yes. And
Yeah,
still, this is how it works in Hungary. You have to decide at a very young age what you want to be in the future. And when you are growing up, many of us changing during the school, but I stick with that.
yeah. So you can, they do allow you to change if you decide you want to do something different.
um, yes and no.
Yes and
If you
no?
want to change, if you want to change, technically you have to start, you have to go in a different school and you have to start over your school process. So
Okay.
like if you want to be an accountant, the accountant school is like 4 years long, and then you just decided, okay, this is too boring for me, I don't want to be accountant anymore, I want to be a flower designer.
Uh-huh.
You lost that 2 years and you have to start all over in a different school.
Goodness. That's like, so you better hope you get it right the first
Yep.
time. Well, so when you're at the university, I'm gonna skip down a little bit. Uh, what what was it like during school? And you said it takes about 3 years, is that right? Or was it?
Mhm.
Uh-huh. So the whole process is 3 years. Um, but is that at the time you're 13 and then so you're through at 16 or
17, so 14 to 17, 18,
oh,
and
14, 17?
mhm.
Okay.
So you, in your very young age, you have to learn
Yeah.
skill and um learn being professional and lots of disciplines for sure.
They business plans? Did you
Even we learned a little bit business,
uh-huh.
how to run the flower business, but later I went in a business school where I learned more about the business side.
Oh gosh, that's good.
Mhm.
Actually, I mean, because
Yeah,
yeah, I know, because that would be very beneficial. Do you find I know a lot of creative people hate the business side of things. They like the creative side of things. And
that's
you
me.
you too, yeah. Does your husband help you with the business side? Does he have?
He, yes, he helps me with the business side. So he is more the business person than me,
Yeah.
definitely. He is not creative.
Yeah.
So I'm running the creative side and he's running the business side of our business. And yeah,
Yeah.
I just
That's good.
like being creative.
That's good. I've interviewed another artist and he's a male art man
Hmm.
and he's a brilliant artist, but his wife does the business side of his thing because she's more business minded. So that's interesting, and you're lucky to have that. You really are. So I think that's good. When you started your journey, well, you said a little bit about they teach you different things other than just learning how to make the arrangements. Do they teach you about color, which flowers or would work well together, or because what are some of the how involved does it get with your training? I guess is what I'm.
Hmm. Yes, so the principles, they teaching the basic principles of the flower arrangement and the hand tied or in the vase or funeral, different type of arrangements and decorations, and they teaching the color theories, they are teaching how to care of the flowers, uh, how to use the type of the flowers, which one is sensitive, which one not as sensitive for even for cold or the sun. We learn about the plants too. Uh, we learned couple of flowers how to plant and grow. So we have a little agriculture session too, not
Uh-huh.
only the designing and the planning, how to plan for a occasion or how to plan for even just for a bouquet and arrangement, And what else?
Yeah,
I'm
well,
thinking.
weddings. Do they teach you about weddings? And
Absolutely,
yeah.
absolutely. So the three, if we want to break down the the school, we learned just the basic everyday flowers. The first thing you have to learn the hand tie bouquet in spiral until you cannot go toward with anything. You have to master it. Then that's the basic of the flowers arrangement. Then you learn centerpieces and the other big part of the wedding,
Uh-huh.
which is a little bit different or more artistic, more different, has more different styles
Yeah.
and principles. And the third one is the funeral.
The funeral.
And back in Hungary, we are making different way the funeral arrangements than here.
How is it different?
Uh, Over here, they are using lots of foam, flower foam, and
Did
back
you
in
say form or foam?
foam, foam,
Form. Okay.
foam, and so it's like a foam that soaks water, and they are putting in the foam the flowers. Back in Hungary, we don't do that, or not as much than here, and it's require more disciplined on the way that because we don't put it in the funeral work in water technically, you have to make it on the day when they order the flowers, when you need to deliver the flowers. So if you have an early morning funeral, you have to get up and be in the shop at 6 a.m. and make all the orders because they are not in water. You cannot keep it for a long time, but you want it to
Oh.
be nice and pretty when it's the event.
So what are they in if they're not in that little form or foam?
Uh, we make a wreath with forever greens,
Forever
like
green?
different pines. And we make it handmade that, and we are pulling the flowers in, the flowers on a wire, cut short, technically just the head, and we're just putting in the uh, frame that we made it with the forever greens.
Goodness gracious. And what's a popular funeral flower in Hungary that's different than here? Is there not much difference or
As a flower, I won't say it's too much different. We use we use lots of carnation. Um, it's cheaper,
uh-huh.
but mainly because the carnation lasts for a long time without water,
Okay.
and we use many other flowers like the gerbs, the roses, orchids that last more than the sensitive flowers that we need a lot of water. It's
Yeah.
not as flower wise is not much different, more like the look is different
Yeah.
and the way we make it.
Yeah. Okay. Um Now when you got out of school,
Hmm.
uh, you started working. Tell me how that your bio said you started working with different florists for a while, and then opened some stores in. Is it Bach or Vac?
What? What?
Bach, that near Budapest. Uh,
Hmm.
Tell me a little bit about how you got started working with them, and then you eventually opened your own stores in there. Can you kind of go through that process, or?
Yeah. It's a funny story, actually.
Oh, good. We like funny.
So after school, I started working in a different stores, and I learned a lot because everybody has a different style, and I was lucky to learning from many master florists and teachers during this period. And one of my last, or actually my last job, if we can say that way, my boss one day just told me, "Hey, I'm going to be married. I'm going to move to US, and you have an option. You can take over the shop, or you won't have a job."
Wow.
So I was like 23. I haven't
Good.
thought about having a shop by myself.
Uh-huh.
That was the point where I have to think about seriously. And ended up taking over her flower shop.
Oh, that's
My
amazing.
life started.
So, what was that like? You were so young. Was that challenging at first, or had you been there long enough where you had a chance to see how it worked? Or,
It was scary a little bit
hmm.
because I have to do by myself and it's my money. But the other way, it didn't change too much because when I started working at the flower shop when I was 13 and I was still in the Floral Institute, our school is our school was mainly in we learned and we stayed mainly in the flower shop. So technically, I was in the flower shop for 5 days, and only one day I went to the school uh, for 3 years.
Was it the same flower
That
shop that
was a different flower shop. That was
was it?
our friend's flower shop.
Okay.
And since I was like 15, 16, I was running our friend's flower shop by myself. She trusted me and I learned already almost everything. So I literally run the shop. I ordered the flowers. I designed the flowers. I took the orders when customers came in, and I even was teaching. I taught my my classmate who who was working with us. So technically, when I took over the take over the flower shop
Uh-huh.
later, it didn't change too much for me because
Right.
I was already doing everything.
Yeah.
It just mentally
Yeah.
scary to feel really the responsibility.
Yeah. Did you keep some of the same? Were there employees there that you got to keep, or was it just you when you took it over?
Say again? Sorry.
When you took over that flower shop, when
Mhm.
she moved to the States, did you have employees there helping you, or did
At the beginning, no.
no?
I haven't had. I was the only employee at the flower shop, so I started by myself, and my mom helped me a lot when I was super busy, and later I hired another florist to help me.
Yeah. Well, I would have think that would have been scary. You're brave, you know. I don't even remember what I was doing at that age. I can't imagine just taking over a business like that. So I think that's very impressive. But it forced you to get your feet wet and jump right in right away. Who helped you with the business side then? Did you just have to do it?
I had to do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
uh, a little bit my actually somewhat my parents helped, but they haven't run a flower business. They didn't know anything about that.
Uh-huh.
Technically, I had to run it, but like for example, at that time, I haven't had a driver license.
Oh, yeah.
So my dad was driving me to a flower market to get the flowers, and my mom was helping me to process the flowers. And when we had a big event, or like Mother's Day, Valentine's Day, or National Women's Day. By the way, today is my National Women's Day,
Oh, wonderful.
which is a big deal in Hungary.
Is it?
Yes, yes, it's much bigger than Valentine's Day. It's almost like Mother's Day over there.
Goodness.
Mhm.
Goodness. So,
So,
well, how do people celebrate it?
uh, men's used to. Um Mans came to the shop and literally bought lots of single stems of flowers,
Uh-huh.
and like 10, 15, 20, and they give to the neighbors, the of course the family members or the ladies, and the neighbors, the co-workers, a lot. Now
Oh,
it's changing. It's they give to for less women the flowers, but they are giving more bigger arrangement, more bigger bouquets,
to less women, but they're given,
bigger bouquets.
yeah,
Yes.
bouquets.
Mhm.
Yeah, bouquets. Okay.
So yeah, my mom was helping me a lot, and later we hired, or me hired a full-time employee.
Yeah. That's wonderful. That's really, I don't know, they don't do that here.
Mm-hmm.
So,
No.
that's wonder that it's so interesting how different countries have different traditions or different ways of celebrating it. So I
Mm-hmm.
always found that fascinating. And when you took over that shop, I guess you just had to jump right into weddings as well. Do those right away or?
Yes, we did. I did everything, weddings too. Um, Over there, the wedding is different than here.
How are they different?
Um, Technically, they don't have that big budget for flowers than here. So mainly over there is just a, a bridal bouquet and smaller centerpieces, and focusing more on the bridal bouquet and more artistic. I would say that the
Uh-huh.
bridal bouquet has more creativity in it than here. Here, like people like more flowers. They want to see tons of flowers over here. They
Yeah.
don't care too much about the artistic side.
Yeah. Yeah. Just having a lot of volume of flowers at the wedding.
Yes, lots of volume of flowers, and that's that's the more important over here.
Yeah, that is different. Yeah, they do go. I mean, they break the bank here trying to get so
Yes.
many
Yeah.
flowers at a wedding. I know. It's interesting to hear how the different different countries do things kind of completely different. Um,
Mhm.
one thing I wanted to ask you that I kind of skipped over. Let's see if I can find it. I was remembering. Um, when you, I'm going to get back to how
Mhm.
I'm going to get back to when you moved to LA, but once you did move to LA, what were some of the biggest differences? Um, that you noticed in, flower, I guess just flower arranging in general, so to speak? Or not, it's really, I guess, let me put it a different way. Did you feel like you had an advantage when you came to LA? Because you had that European flair, and it sounds like from your bio it did give you an advantage. What were some of the advantages that you felt like you had when you starting in Hungary and then moving to the US?
Mhm. Um, Mainly that the artistic side, that in Hungary we are creating more different shape and form the flowers. Over here more like they like more, or mostly, let's talk about LA, because Raleigh is different, what they like in Raleigh and what they like in LA. So
Okay.
LA, the customers, whenever they called me, they said they don't care about greeneries at all, foliage. They want to see only flowers and
Really?
only
Okay.
flowers. And over there, the arrangement has to be very packed and very tight.
Over there in Hungary or
LA,
LA?
LA. And my style and what I advantage I had, I was able to create many uh, arrangement that has some different shape, different form, not just a round, tight bouquet that
Uh-huh.
goes with it. And that helped me grow very fast my business when customers were searching for florists and they find that, oh, this is not just a simple, boring
Yeah.
round bouquet. This one has a little style and a little bit different. Something is hanging here, something is hanging there. Uh, Different forms and the way is different, and they like that. And
And
that
you attracted a lot of celebrities and worked for a lot of the elite. Was that what attracted them? How did you build that business for?
that's another interesting thing.
Okay, tell me that.
Um, I started working with Bloom Nation, who is my website provider, and
With who? With who?
Bloom Nation.
Illumination.
Mhm. They are my website provider, and they helped me at the beginning. And very soon, we find Flume, which is a British company who is advertising for high-end customers in Los Angeles and New York and many bigger places. And Flume helped us to grow very fast and open the door to the celebrities and the high-end customers for us.
Okay, when you say flume, because I got to write this in the article, is it FLUME or
O
FLOON?
O FLOOM.
Okay, I want to make sure I have that right. Okay. Wow. Okay, go ahead.
And the customers over there were like literally celebrities and high level customers, and I was able to transfer from Flume to my website the customers, and they started directly ordering from me.
Oh, good.
Yeah, it was a big deal because Flume took away a big chunk of my money when they ordered through Flume. And as soon they started ordering from me, I had more money in my pocket.
Good.
That's a good thing.
Yes.
And they started calling me, and I even had some of them a friendly relationship.
Uh-huh.
It was fun, and
Oh,
it's
that was
very
wonderful. So did you can you name any of the celebrities, or are you allowed to do that, or
I guess they don't hear it. I have a couple of that I'm very proud of them, like Gucci jewelry, uh, the jewelry department, when they had their seasoning, the new collection,
Uh-huh.
and they sent the invitation with me and with my flowers to their customer.
Gucci?
Gucci. Yeah,
Gucci, yeah,
yeah.
goodness.
It's I was so happy. I wish
Oh,
they would follow me here.
I know.
And I had like Sidney Crawford, um,
Cindy Crawford?
mhm,
Oh my goodness.
Jada Pinkett Smith, Will Smith's wife,
Can they might say who?
Jada. I don't know if I say it right. Jada Pinkett
Uh,
Smith, Will
Will,
Smith's
Will Smith's wife.
Will Smith's
Okay.
wife. Mhm.
Yes.
Um, RFK Jr., Robert Kennedy's,
Okay,
our
name those two. Name that again.
RFK, Robert Kennedy.
Oh, Robert Kennedy?
Robert Kennedy, yes, yes.
Oh, wow.
Our House Secretary now. And yeah, and David Beckham,
David Beckham and who else?
Rihanna,
Rihanna?
mhm, um, Caesar Rocha. He is at Netflix. Um Sorry, casting director at Netflix.
Casting director.
Casting director at Netflix, and it's funny because he ordered a lot of flowers from us, and even uh, his coworker, he told his coworkers they should order from us. And one day I just got a phone call from San Francisco, and the lady told me she is from Netflix, from San Francisco Netflix, and they have a customer in LA, and they had told they should order from us.
Gosh, so exciting, Anita.
Yeah, lots of fun things happen.
Oh, goodness. Those had to be some really fun and you had to be very proud of yourself.
I
That is wonderful.
We had one more that we really like her, Georgia May Jagger, Mike Jagger's daughter.
Mick Jagger's daughter?
Jagger's daughter, and she ordered a lot. She liked our orchids. She loved orchids, so she always ordered orchid
Oh,
plants, and yeah, we even had her personal phone, and she was amazing.
oh gosh, that's so exciting. I'm so glad that you have had a very glamorous career. I mean, really, that
Thank
speaks
you.
highly of your work. It really does. It really does, and I think that's exciting. Did you keep images like photos of some of the work you did for them over the years, or
Uh, Not really. I'm bad with that thing.
you're what?
I'm bad with that thing.
Oh,
Saving pictures and for social media. Um, yeah, I have
what?
many pictures.
What? Huh?
Mhm.
Was your business called Hidden Door Floral then, or
Hidden Door Floral Studio.
studio when it was in LA?
Yes, it's the same name.
It's the same name in Raw.
We kept
Okay.
the
Yeah.
name. We
Okay.
kept
Good.
absolutely the name. Even we had a customer in Raleigh, or one of the customer just ordered the flowers, and she sent me a message, and she said, "Hey, I'm Maria. You guys, we ordered a lot of flowers from you back in LA, and we were your customer in LA, and we are still in LA, but we have friends in Raleigh, and we are so happy we find you again." So I kept a couple of customers from LA who they are
God,
ordering now again.
goodness. I just think that you've had an exciting career at so early in life. And I do have to ask you this question. What made you move from Hungary to LA? What?
Short story, my husband, we met, but he's Hungarian too, but he was already a citizen here in US, and
He was, he was what in the US?
he lived already here in US, my husband.
He lived out of the US?
Yes, he was living here
He
in
was
US,
living here.
and he is a Hungarian man, guy, and
Uh-huh.
we met back in Hungary when he was on vacation in Hungary,
Oh,
and I follow him back to LA.
oh, how wonderful. What was his business
In LA,
uh,
he was a restaurant manager in
oh, good.
Beverly Hills.
And he met you in Hungary, but he's
Mm-hmm.
from Hungary.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah, because I've heard him in the background, when we first met the other day. So that is such a romantic story. I was curious as to how you got from Hungary to here, what brought you here, and it was love.
Love, yes.
Yeah, it was
Yes.
love. Um, what did you like most about LA? When you got there, what was it because you had such an exciting clientele, or did you have more freedom of design there?
In LA,
Uh-huh.
um,
What did you like most about it, I guess?
comparing to Hungary,
Uh-huh.
is more like that. Over there has a bigger budget, much
Yeah.
bigger budget for flowers than in Hungary. So
Oh
I
yeah.
can I was able to make much bigger flower arrangements and designs in LA, and using more unique flowers than in
Uh-huh.
Hungary because they had a bigger budget.
Right. Was
Uh,
it a big adjustment for you when you first moved there?
no,
Uh, no.
as a culture, yes, it
Yeah.
was different for sure
Yeah.
than in Hungary, and but I really like the weather. It's very nice in LA, and I really enjoy that I can use much more flowers and I can make bigger arrangement, and I really like that side.
Yeah, I think that it sounds like you've had an exciting career. So let me get to where what brought you, I believe it's just been a few years since you came to Raleigh. What brought that move?
Um, During COVID, we got burnout. We worked a lot, like 18 hours a day, and
During COVID, you said?
yes, we worked a lot, and we burned out somewhat, and we just all of a sudden we lost our lease, and we were thinking about it, either staying there or just moving elsewhere where is more calm and not that crazy than in LA,
Yeah.
and has much less traffic.
Uh-huh.
Because when we deliver the flowers, we were sitting in the traffic for hours and hours and hours.
Oh, that's awful.
And yeah, so we just started searching because we had to move anyway. We started searching something nicer and greener and more calm, more chill place to
Yeah.
move.
Cheery
And
place, you said?
chill, more calm, not
Oh,
that
yeah.
not that hype, not that hype and
Chill, chill. Okay.
chill. Yes.
Chill. Okay. I know.
Yes.
You speak
And
good English. I'm hearing most of pretty much all what you say. Just sometimes, my Southern drawl versus your Hungarian accent. So, yeah. So when you moved to Raleigh, how did you start building new clients and getting rebuilt and starting over?
um, it's just like by words. I'm starting using social media.
Uh-huh.
I'm learning to using social media. I'm
Uh-huh.
getting better and better, but I have to learn a lot. Um, Back in Hungary, you haven't had to use any social media,
Uh-huh.
because not even we had a social media, and over there I had a brick and mortar store. And
Uh-huh.
that time, because we haven't had social media, people just walk on the street and they find you. And it was much easier. Los Angeles, Bloom Nation helped a lot, and Flume. And, but over here, we don't have Flume, only the Bloom Nation. It's a little bit harder.
Uh-huh.
Um, and the costume, it's more different. The flower shopping costumes here.
Uh-huh.
Um, Probably because in LA is huge, like 10 million people around there, and the surrounding area. And everybody lives far away from each other. So they are going and jumping on a Google or searching for florist when they want to order flowers.
Right.
Over here, what I see, they know already most of the florists, and they are not searching for new florists.
Yeah, you're right.
They are more, I don't know, comfortable. I don't know what is really the right word to say that, but they are not searching as much new things
Uh-huh.
than in LA.
Right.
So it's a little bit harder, but it's pushing me on the different way. I have to work more harder and
Right.
being more different, more unique for and standing out from the other florist.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm hoping I can help you in some way, and hopefully this
Thank
interview.
you.
Yeah, because your work is beautiful, and you're such a sweetheart too. And you've got a very exciting past clientele. So I think you could use that to really promote yourself in Raleigh, because people love to hear about stuff like that. They do. They're attracted to the celebrities
Yeah.
and to hear that that's what you've worked with a lot. If you could name them on your website, but
Mhm.
we'll talk about that later. But when you got to Raleigh, you've been there now. Is it 3 years? Or
Close to.
okay,
It's going.
so um, are you enjoying Raleigh itself? Just as living
I
there?
love Raleigh.
Good.
I love it. I like that we have lots of tree in here and lots of nature.
Uh-huh.
Back in LA, you have a couple of palm trees, and that's it. You don't see too much greens over there. And uh, weather is nice over there for sure in LA.
Yeah,
Um, I miss that, but I really like and enjoy that you literally wherever you are going in 10 minutes radius you can find a little forest or a park or something that has a nature and much more tree and green over here.
right.
I really miss that back in LA.
Yeah, I bet you. Yeah, it did. When tell me for the people watching this, where all you work, like what areas do you deliver to?
We deliver in LA, Raleigh, sorry, we're talking about too much LA.
I know,
in,
Raleigh.
in Raleigh, Wake Forest, Apex, Cary, Morrisville, Durham, Chapel Hill. What am I missing? Few Cave Arena and
Do you do Holly Springs?
Holly Springs too. Yes,
Oh, good.
we
Okay.
do Holly Springs. Yes.
Yes. I wish you did here, but I know that's a good hike. So I'm in Greensboro. Uh, because I've been looking for a florist to kind of collaborate with just some of my in my magazine. But your work is so exquisite, and it's just exciting, to have and just to meet you and know you. Um, that in itself is really it's been great for me. Um,
You.
what is the main difference, would you say, in your clientele here versus California? Besides the celebrities, what are they wanting more in the Raleigh area, which I imagine would be similar to here than what you had in LA? Is it kind of the same, or as far as styles of arrangements, do you still do a lot of what you did in LA?
Uh, I do.
Okay.
I do very similar than in LA. The main thing that is different over here they like more the garden style, more loose style than back in LA. Over here, I haven't heard that yet. They don't want to see any greenery in the flowers.
Over here,
Over here,
they don't want the okay.
no, they want greenery. They
Oh, they
want
want
like
greenery.
very airy garden style flowers. Comparing back in LA, they want very compact, very tight, without greeneries, only
Uh,
flowers.
Mostly flowers in LA.
Flowers.
Okay.
So this is one of the main thing that is different. And the other thing, back in LA, they shop flowers for themselves a lot. Flower arrangement from the florist. And over here, I don't see that often. Over here, mainly they are customers shopping for occasion.
Occasion. Okay. Yeah.
Not just for themselves, for
Their own
enjoying
home.
the flowers.
Yeah.
And that's the main thing. And I didn't change my style. I want to keep my style, and this is what stands me out
Yeah.
of from the other florists, because my style is different than theirs,
Uh-huh.
and this is how my customers finding me, just
Yeah.
like you find me.
Yeah, I
I,
did.
I,
And in that in your bio, your bio is very well done, and that's what I go to someone's bio, and if they don't have a website or don't have a bio, I find it difficult to promote them, or and your bio is, I don't know who wrote it, but it's done very well, and that's so important, to have that on your website, and you do, and I think that's going to help a lot.
Yes.
And yeah, and you should mention some of these people you've worked with for in LA. I'm telling you, people are attracted to that. They really are. Some people just love the name dropping thing. So, you have had an exciting career, and that's just so. I'm really happy for you. I've got to ask this: what is your favorite your personal favorite flower?
I like spring flowers.
Uh-huh.
Uh, One of my favorite is muscari.
Is what?
Muscari.
Muscati. How do you spell that?
Uh, Good question. Let me do that. Muscare. If I
A-R-E. I'll
if
have to
I'm
Google.
right.
Yeah,
I'm not really good with spelling.
that's okay. That's not an easy one to spell.
I'm I'm
So,
I'm still spelling many times with the Hungarian alphabet.
yeah,
Writing.
yeah. And do you like roses? And
Uh, Not my favorite.
really?
Roses is more common.
Yeah,
Everybody likes roses. Everywhere you can see
yeah,
roses. I like something unique, something
yeah.
different. For example, I have this here. This is not, I'm not sure if I can pull it. If you can see this,
That's
this little
beautiful.
blue thing here, these blue anemones, I really love that. It's just so cute.
What is that called?
Anemones.
Anemones?
Mm-hmm. And this little blue here. Oh, this guy.
Uh-huh.
It's a little fragile. That's Tweedia. They are just so cute and unique, not just like roses. Or if
Yeah.
it's rose, like this one is a lemon color rose. It's very green and it's different, not just the traditional pink or red rose. If it's rose or just common everyday flowers, I like in a different color, in a unique color, not
I,
the traditional.
I understand. I love roses, but I like them mixed with other things.
Mm.
And when I used to have my big farm, it was my dream home, and it was beautiful. I'd throw a lot of parties years ago, and there was a particular florist here that had a couple of designers that were very unique and different, and I always had them use some birds of paradise in it because I love birds of paradise.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so yeah, I see what you're saying about, yeah, just roses. But I have to tell the viewers that bouquet you did for Valentine's, I saw it on Facebook, or it was on your website too. When I saw it, I thought it was like 2 dozen roses, and it was huge and it was just gorgeous. But I noticed you said it was tulips, and it was just drop dead gorgeous. And I thought that was a wonderful idea because it was tulips, and it just looked beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
And you said it was 100 stems.
100 stamps, yes.
Yeah,
100 stamps of double tulips.
yeah. See,
It's
I love that. I love that. So that was great. I dropped my little mouse here. Do you ever use birds of paradise? Do people ever ask for that, or?
um
It's really tropical.
not, but back in Hungary, I used a lot. And actually, when I was young, I one of my favorite was the bird of paradise. It just
Oh,
time changing, I guess my style changing and my taste changing, and now I more like the spring flowers. But I like bird of paradise. It's a
yeah.
different style and different type of flowers than just delicate flowers. It's more robust.
And do you enjoy, are orchids easy to work with? I know you do a lot of orchids. Are they easy to work with? Are they seem so delicate.
Not as delicate that you think.
Uh-huh.
I think it's easy to work with them.
Uh-huh.
Um, you just need to do the proper care. They don't like cold.
Yeah.
You have to keep it in warm environment. And if you shop orchid or tropical plants, don't shop on winter time. Or if you are shopping on winter time, you have to wrap the flowers and mostly the orchids before you are going outside with it. And because even just go outside and you just walk 100 yards to your car, it can get freeze and cold, and you will lose the flowers from the orchid very fast. So they are sensitive for colors, but colors cold. But if you know that and you are prepared for that and take care of it, you are fine. And you
Yeah.
just need to water them, and that's it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I want you to take a moment and show some of your other arrangements you had. Can you show, is it easy to show any of these others or?
I'm trying. I have this here. This is a big bouquet. I like monochromes, like
Oh, that's beautiful.
guy. And the fun thing, many underestimated flowers are coming back. Like we talk about rose. This is a rose. This is carnation. I don't know how much you can see it.
Yeah.
It's a carnation, and this is pom pom chrysanthemum, and another chrysanthemum. So, but lately is happening these commerce flowers. They are coming back with very unique colors, and it's fit now our modern world and styled bouquets, which is, I think it's fun. Even just
Oh,
like a monochrome green color, but
that's gorgeous.
different shades and different textures just give you a lot of fun thing.
Are you bringing that one today too?
Oh,
You are good.
I
Good.
do. I
Yeah,
do.
you're bringing. Let's see the other one behind you.
This one, just a little cute mix flowers.
Uh-huh.
I just fall in love with these greens this
I
week.
do too. I
And
can't,
mhm.
I can't wait to see them in person because I know that it's going to be
And
fun.
this vase is very unique and cool.
Oh, yes.
The color, do you see the colors? How it's
Oh, yes.
acting?
Yes, I do. Yes.
So pretty.
It's beautiful. Gosh, it's bigger than it looks because up on that thing.
Yes, it's not even give you.
Yeah.
That's my biggest challenge, photoing the the flowers, because you don't have if you don't have any reference, how big is it? You don't see how big is it.
I know it is. So that is the hard part. But your work is so gorgeous. I've got to ask you, in as far as it, and I want you to see this in a positive way, because as artists, we're known. We can have times where we're feeling challenge. We go through what I call a rut, or we feel stagnated at times, like and feel we're seeking creativity.
Mm-hmm.
If you ever have moments where you're not feeling creative, how do you rejuvenate yourself and find inspiration? What do you do to bring yourself back to that positive creative moment?
Usually I go to walk, go to hiking, and go out to nature. Because nature has lots of unique shape and colors and form and everything, which helps me uh, and motivate me to design and find a different way. And the funny thing, even a cool shape of clothes, a dress, can motivate or give you uh, an ideas how to or what to do, or
Yes,
what kind of new project do you want to make, and or a painting, even a nice food like a French plate
yes,
that's styled and created. It's technically everything is a creation,
it is. It is.
art by itself, and it just depends who is talking about or how do you talk about
Yeah, it is. You're right. There's art in everything. You can
art
find.
and everything. Exactly.
So,
My father is a CNC worker, a metal worker. He for me, he is just drilling holes in a piece of metal. But if you talk with him, he talk about his job like an art.
yeah.
And for other people like me, just holes here and there.
Uh-huh.
But for him, it's still an art.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
That's
your perspective.
it is, and that's how I go. If I'm feeling really down, I'm a photographer, and I I'll go sit in the field of horses
Mm-hmm.
and photograph them and just watch them for a while, and that, or go for a walk in the nature. I'll go for a walk with a friend of mine. She writes for my magazine as well. She's a travel photographer, and she does beautiful photographs for the magazine of landscapes and things. And we'll go on a walk in nature together. So that's Elizabeth Larson. So yes, you have to get out in nature, I think, to rejuvenate. And
Yeah.
you're right. And you're right. And she and I both love flowers. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So I'm hoping she's going to get to watch this. Um, and it sounds like that's my dog barking. um, it. What is your favorite thing about what you do? Would you say your very favorite thing about or of what you do, or it could even be a most proud moment, or just a most, or just the favorite thing about working with flowers, or
The creative side
yeah,
and being free. And my favorite thing, when a customer call me and they are asking a designer choice, That means I can create whatever I would like and give me all the freedom to create and dream. That's my favorite part.
Good. That's good. And what if someone's watching this right now, or even if they're watching the replay later, what would you say? Is there any advice you would give to someone who's young and wanting to get started out? What would be your greatest advice?
Uh, I think creativity is a very important thing. Doesn't matter you are a photographer, a painter, or dancer, um, or even just a singer. Being creative is important for your soul and
Yeah,
your happiness. And just do it. If you want to do seriously the flower design and opening a flower shop or just working for a flower shop, I would suggest definitely learn the basics,
yeah,
the principle and element, and go to a flower school and institute where you can learn that and just practice and enjoy it.
yeah,
Enjoy it. But
yeah,
definitely learn the basic things, because if you learn the base, you can create much more and you can see different way the flowers than just go to a bouquet class or just a
yeah,
centerpiece class.
yeah, yeah. Just go whole heart and
Yes,
yeah, yeah.
definitely.
Um, do you ever make arrangements just for yourself for your home? You probably don't have time, but
I do a couple of times when
yeah,
I have lots of extra flowers, or other day when the spring flowers just showed up in our wholesalers. I just bought a bunch of it and I made a cute arrangement for myself. Yeah, I do.
good. So I've just got one more question, so we can wrap it up because I know you got a long day with me, and so do you? Um I was trying to think which. Pretty much do everything now, weddings, funerals, what all types of events do you do so that anybody watching
Mhm.
in your area?
I do everything. Uh, for the business, the main profile, the daily flowers, the birthday, anniversary that they are sending over. So we deliver the flowers, and I do weddings. I started private events, small private events. I enjoying it, and I do funerals too. So
Okay. Yeah.
everything that's related with flowers.
Okay.
Corporate events or for companies, like for a reception table, like a subscription for homes or companies.
That's great. That's great. I'm glad. I'm glad you're loving Raleigh. That's good to know. I think that's good.
I'm happy being here.
Good, good. I want to thank you. I want to thank you for being here today, Anita. We've got a long day, so I'm going to kind of end this. Is there anything you want to mention that we didn't talk about or cover?
I think we covered everything.
Uh,
Just enjoy the flowers, and it give you happiness and smile for everybody.
they do. I love fresh flower. I just love them. So, no, I agree with you. So I want to thank the viewers also for their continued support. Make sure that you share the replay of this interview on your social media sites The replay will be on social media. It'll be on my YouTube channel and especially on Canyon Star TV. Anita's website is hiddendoorfloral.com. It's at the bottom of the banner there. Stay tuned for more live interviews in Tamarah's Closet. And you can see all of my interviews streaming on Canyon Star TV at canyonstartv.com and look under video podcasts to find Tamarah's Closet. And it's also on my YouTube channel, Tamarah's Closet. And to your own success, just keep rocking it and take care. And we'll see you soon.